If you'd like to follow along, this project is available for purchase at the Montavilla Sewing Center's Teachable site. You can purchase the project separately or join the club and save. Information on joining the club is available in the description below. This block is part of the yearly 8-inch Block of the Month Club. Enrollment in the yearly club includes the General Instructions course, which includes detailed information on what to do with your blocks once they're completed. Trimming, joining, sashing, invisible sashing, applique and raw edge applique, whole block backs, borders and corners, and how to bind the quilt once you've got all your blocks joined together. The general instructions are also available as a single course. There's a link in the description below. I use the Dime Monster Block Maker when making my blocks. If you are unfamiliar with the Monster Block Maker, check out this video. Needle for this project, an 80-12 quilting needle, thread, a standard, a 40 weight, either a polyester or rayon, and for your bobbin, again, just a standard embroidery bobbin, either 60 or 80 weight. Here are the parts for the woven star block. All of the designs this month are going to start with the same base. So the back, the top block, and the batting. The applique pieces, of course, will be different depending on which design you have chosen. These are the ones for the woven star. The small piece is also going to be used for the pin frame, and the large piece would also be used for the pinwheel. This is the piece that you would have for the frame design. I have prepared my applique parts with an applique product prior to cutting them out. The applique product fuses to the backside of your fabric, and then there's a protective paper. When you peel away the paper, there's a tacky adhesive here that will help to hold your parts down, as well as the fusible will help to minimize the fray on the raw edges. The applique products that I like, the Floriani Applique Wonder, the OESD Applique Fusion Fix, and the Quilter Select Applique Stick. The Quilter Select Applique Stick is about 30% lighter than either the OESD or the Floriani, but they will all work. Loading the block is just standard. Your back block is going to go face down on your table. Place the jig over that. Place your batting, and then your top block. And I start in the center and I just push to the outside, and you're securing your fabric to the tape. I am going to go stitch the first two colors. Color number 1 is the basting border, and color number 2 is the placement stitch. That process will follow for all of the designs this month. Here's the block with color number 1 stitch, the basting border, and color number 2, the placement lines. The number 2 color could also be used just by itself as a quilting design. I have a little picture here with the layout of the colors. My applique pieces are the same color as the thread that's set up in the design, so I just want to make sure that I get things placed in the correct position. When placing my applique pieces, to get the paper off of here, I usually just bend up a corner, and generally the fabric will stay flat and the paper will bend, and it's pretty easy to just peel that off. You could also use a pin and score the paper gently. And you can place all of your applique pieces at the same time, and then just go and stitch all of the colors. You don't have to do them in sections. There are all the applique parts placed. Everything should just butt right up against each other. I'm going to go stitch the rest of those colors and our block will be finished. Here's our block all done. I'll show you a close-up of the stitching. I should also mention that color number 2, generally you would use a color that matches your base block so that you're not going to see any of that stitching show through. I used the color that was in the design to help you keep track of what colors were what. Here's an example of the woven star with a light background, the gray background, and then the dark background. Same color for all the applique parts, just with the different backgrounds. I think it's kind of fun to see how the backgrounds affect the look of the star. These are the 4 blocks this month: the woven star, the frame, the pin frame, and the pinwheel. I'm going to show you some stills of different layups with lights and darks, and then just a combination of the different designs. On the frame, in the layout, I have used the 4-inch alphabet from last year's club. I think it was November, maybe December. And the 4-inch letters fit perfectly in here. Again, this one would also be really fun if you had a print that had a motif in it and you could fussy cut to get your motif in the center of that frame. That's it for this month. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next month. Thanks.